kill you. With that being said, welcome everybody to my episode predictions for this week's up-and-coming episode of The Walking Dead. I've been waiting for so long to say that, guys. This is Season 7, Episode 1, which will be apparently an extended episode. Not quite 90 minutes, but apparently an extended episode, you know, somewhat. So that is definitely good. We don't have a 90-minute premiere like we did last season, but we do have an extended premiere. And, of course, with the premiere of Season 7 of The Walking Dead, we were left on a cliffhanger back with Season 6 when we got left with trying to figure out who the hell Negan killed. Alright, so this will contain spoilers for, obviously, Season 6 and maybe past then, I don't know, for The Walking Dead. It's, you know, it's without saying. Alright, it's a prediction video for this week's upcoming episode of The Walking Dead, which, again, season premiere. Everybody is pumped for it. Everybody's hyped. It's been, 7 months or so, roughly. And I don't know, man. I don't know how this is going to turn out. But we will go over what happened in the comics. So, brief comic spoilers for those of you wondering. And we will briefly compare that scenario to what we think is going to happen in the premiere. Now, of course, the episode is going to start off resuming back from Season 6 with Rick, Negan, the entire group on their knees. And apparently the whole situation is going to change a little bit. Like, they're going to change the death scene. Apparently, they're supposed to drag the person out to the middle and obviously kill them there pretty much right in front of Rick. So there kind of goes the theory about the entire, where was the positioning of the survivors and where did he stop with Mo and, stuff like that, right? So we don't really know anymore. They changed that entire scenario, which I was kind of thinking that they would, because it wouldn't just be predictable as trying to guess which point of view that he was landing on based on the order of the people. They wouldn't just put that in the end of an episode, you know what I mean? It would spoil the entire cliffhanger. And we know that they did that to keep us in suspense, but they also did that for ratings, right? I get it. I totally get it. It's to keep us coming back the next season. And again, smart play. I don't really hate them for it. So with that being said, from a viewer standpoint, we don't really know who he's going to kill, right? We don't have any clues on who he's going to kill. We have a sneak peek, which basically breaks down the entire scene after the kill, and we don't really get to see who he killed in this little sneak peek. It's most likely right after he killed them, and the sneak peek basically starts off with him saying, was that joke really that bad? And Rick basically goes on to say, I'm going to kill you, and then ultimately he drags Rick off into a trailer after asking for his hatchet, and they drag Rick off into the trailer, or I guess Negan does in this case, not they per se, but Negan drags Rick off into the trailer and basically says, Rick might be back with me. If not, we'll just turn these other people inside out. And, the ones that are left. Obviously referring to the people that he didn't kill. And at the very end of the sneak peek, we get to see the camera pan down from the trailer view all the way down to the ground where Rick was sort of kneeling. And we get to see brain matter everywhere. We can't really make out anything in that picture. It's just complete mess down there. It really is. It's gruesome, and it's going to be a great start to the episode, guys. It really is. It's going to kick off the season with a bang, so to speak. Maybe a swing would be a better word for that. That was a dumb joke. I'm sorry. But essentially, I just broke down the entire sneak peek. I mean, it's about 3 minutes long. There's a lot more intensity, I guess, involved in that sneak peek, so definitely go watch it for yourself. But everything that really happened, is what I pretty much just said, to be honest. I mean, there's not really much more than that. Again, it's just very, very intense. And again, it's obviously going to be after the kill, seeing as though the brain matter was on the ground, right? So it's going to be after the kill. Things are going to be intense with the characters. People are weeping in the background. We don't really know who's weeping. We can't really make out their voices because they don't really say anything. It's just crying and sobbing and stuff like that. And then we have Rick, of course. It's sort of reminding me of Terminus back in Season 5, Episode 1, where he threatened Gareth, basically saying that he was going to kill him with a machete with a red handle. Now, he didn't specifically say that with a red handle with Negan, but he did say that he was going to kill him. And as we know, Rick so far has kept pretty much every single promise, right? I don't think he's missed one. All right, so far we know a couple of things about this episode. One, the episode title is called The Day Will Come When You Won't Be. I thought this was really cool because this was leading back to what Dr. Jenner said back at the CDC in Season 1, basically saying Rick told him that he's grateful, for what he's done, opening the doors of the CDC and letting them out and letting them have a chance at life, right? And Dr. Jenner replied with, "The day will come when you won't be." Obviously referring to Rick being grateful. So Rick's grateful, the day will come when you won't be. And, well, this is presumably the day that Jenner was talking about. And that's just the title of the episode. I thought it was really neat that they had a nod to Dr. Jenner and Season 1 of The Walking Dead all the way up here in Season 7. I thought that was really cool. And the synopsis of the episode is as follows, which, by the way, you guys can read on AMC.com. Last season ended with Rick and our group kneeling helplessly before Negan and his group. What Negan does will haunt those who survive forever. All right, so we can't really come up with any census of what that could really mean. You know what I mean? It's really just talking about what happened last season and referring to who Negan kills, right? What Negan does will haunt those who survive forever. Obviously meaning that the guy that he killed is not going to be a survivor anymore. The rest of them that make it out of there alive, that will pretty much haunt them, right? That will scare them, I guess, probably into working for them, and it'll just be a terrifying experience, especially if it's a loved one of somebody, there that actually does survive. Like, Glenn dies in the comic book, and Maggie is, pretty much terrified. She's petrified. What's the word I'm looking for here? I guess scarred would be the closest thing that I'd be looking for there for Maggie. So, again, as we know in the comic book, I already told you about spoilers, alright? So if you guys watch this far, that's on you. In the comic book, Negan does actually end up killing Glenn, pretty much in the same manner that he does in this episode. He's not killing Glenn. He could kill Glenn. We don't know if he's killing Glenn. If I was a producer to this show, I could have just spoiled a whole hell of a lot without meaning to. But nonetheless, he killed Glenn in the comic book exactly the way he's going to kill whoever it is in the TV show. Anyways, like I said before, we don't really have anything else to go on with this episode. Now, with that being said, there is an entire SDCC Comic-Con trailer that I did review in the past, and I will leave a link for you guys down in the description below for you guys to go check that out. Obviously, that was uploaded way earlier in the year. Let me remind you real quickly, guys, that anything that happened in that SDCC Comic-Con trailer could have easily taken place in episode 1, but it could have taken place in episode 2, 3, 4, however many episodes they shot by the time that trailer was made. Any of those things, could have happened within that number of episodes. With that being said, the SDCC Comic-Con trailer could contain a lot that happens in episode 1, like we could see the introduction of the Kingdom, which I am hoping for, by the way, but I hope for the most part they focus on Rick and the group, mainly, but at the same time, they're going to put in probably some of the Kingdom there as well, which I am excited for. As we know, Carol and Morgan, they're on the way to the Kingdom, they're supposed to be just following some strangers to a community, but we all know that it's the Kingdom. We've seen Ezekiel and the tiger, Shiva. Don't even get me started on the tiger. Alright, I am hype. I'm hype about that. And I think that it would be amazing if we get to see Shiva in the premiere as well. That would be one hell of an exciting premiere. We get to see who Negan kills, we get to see the tiger, we get to see the introduction of the Kingdom, in total. Now, something that I don't think that we will see this episode would be anyone from the Hilltop. I don't think that we're going to get to see Jesus or anything like that. I could be mistaken. They could, put him in there somewhere. But mainly, I think we're going to be seeing Alexandria Fallout and, of course, Rick and the group there as well. As a voyage that I believe Negan is probably going to take Rick on like he did in the comic books. He dragged him into the trailer and, sort of did his thing in the comic books as well. Taking him on a joyride, so to speak. So I think that will be, pretty tense, I guess, would be the word for it. I don't know. I have no idea, guys. There's nothing else that I can really base my predictions on. We have the synopsis, we have the title, which is The Day Will Come When You Won't Be. Of course, we also have that miniature sneak peek, of just the kill, or after kill, I guess. We don't get to see who we killed, thank God. I really didn't want to see that in a sneak peek, so I was really hoping that it wasn't going to be. But again, link to that will be in the description below for you guys as well. It came out a few days ago, and I was going to do a review on it, but I decided to just put it in my predictions. Why do a review on a little tiny 3-minute sneak peek? It didn't really make much sense to me, so that's why I shoved it in here. Anyways, guys, I don't want to take up any more of your time just spewing on about facts that I don't really know about, you know what I mean? I think there's going to be a lot of things that happen in the comic book happen in this episode as well. Whether or not that character death will be the same, we'll just have to wait and find out, you know what I mean? Unless there's spoilers somewhere on the internet that I don't know about, which, by the way, I wouldn't be looking up anyways if I were you. Don't do it, because it's going to ruin the entire 6-month build-up. Don't do it. You're going to be sorry. Again, though, I don't know if there's actually any true spoilers there on the internet, so I haven't personally seen any of them, so even if one of them was true, I wouldn't really know about it. I haven't been looking into it or anything like that, because I like to watch the show and enjoy it, and we all know that it's different than the comic book at, well, a good percentage of the time. You know, so I have read the comic book pretty much fully up until this point. I'm on volume 25 now, I believe. I'm ordering 26 very, very shortly. And, yeah. So, I mean, I have seen pretty much everything that happens. But, again, it's all different in the show for the most part. Thank you guys all so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy today's video, feel free to smash that like button. Let's see if we can go for 10 likes. All right, I know that's a small number, but I'm a small channel, so I'm going to go for 10 likes. Let's see if we can get that. That'd be nice. But either way, if you guys want to see my review for this up-and-coming episode of The Walking Dead, make sure you guys go check me out on Monday, or tune back into the channel, I guess, on Monday would be a way to put it. Either way, that'll be going up on Monday, and Sunday, guys. Sunday cannot come soon enough. But at the same time, if you think about it, come Sunday, that'll be the premiere. And before you blink, we'll already be at the mid-season finale, because there's only going to be 8 episodes. Yeah. I hate that day when that mid-season finale comes. It sucks. It really does. Again, thank you all so much for watching. I am primarily a gaming channel, so if you guys like video games and anything like that, make sure you guys go check out some of my other content. I put tons of hard work into it pretty much every single day, or it is every single day. I do daily uploads for those of you that want to know. But either way, if you guys could show that content some love as well, that would be great. But if not, that's totally fine. Just check out my review on Monday. I'll see you guys then. Take care, everybody. Bye. Fucking fuckity fuck. Sorry, I had to. I couldn't resist.
You've got a lot of guts. Let's see what they look like.